This tale is, as all bard songs are, an adaptation. It may contain adult themes and strong language. Welcome, dear listeners, to Abyss.
Welcome to episode 9 of Abyss. So, who are you? What are you? And in honor of Read a Roadmap Day, what is your favourite map? Starting with Shiraz.
Hello, I'm Shiraz and I play the Dragonborn Ishidoro. It's the first ever map I ever made for a game, and I still have it kind of pinned up. It was my first ever map that I made for a D&D game, and I've spent so much time researching how to make roads and what kind of terrain it needs to have. It has a special place for me. I took all the names from Glaswegian cities and other stuff.
Glaswegian cities?
Neighborhoods. Yeah, neighborhoods. That's what I meant.
Wednesday?
Hi, my name is Wednesday and I play the character Layla, the Tiefling. And does it have to be a real map?
Nope. Any map you want.
Like on a piece of paper map?
It could be any map you want. It could be a fill in this maze map. I don't mind anything.
Okay, cool.
Whatever appeals to you
so my favorite road map is actually Google Maps because I have no sense of direction, and without Google Maps I would get lost. Actually, with Google Maps, I still get lost, but I do drive a lot, all over the place, and without Google Maps, I would never be found again. So that is my favorite map.
Fair enough. Freya?
I'm Freya. I play Nal, the half-orc rogue. And I guess my favorite map would be... So this is an old world map my grandfather has in his study. I don't know who made it or how old it is, but I just have fond memories of it because usually when I was visiting my grandparents, and I still do this sometimes when I'm visiting, I go over and take a look at it and just study it because it's a very nice map.
What's the map of?
It's a world map.
Ah, okay. Next, Tauno.
Hi, I'm Tauno, and I play Rasthikos, the human warrior, and I think my favourite map would be and this is mostly because of personal use, but the ski map of the Dolomites, which is, a skiing region within the Alps. It's right on the Italian border to Austria, and it's a very large skiing area, and there's this, can't remember the name of it, but there's this specific ski route all the way around the central mountains of the area. That's something like one of the longest ski routes you can go. Celaranda, that's the name.
Okay. Dragon?
Hello, I'm Dragon. I am playing Nitra, the somewhat magical drow who has no idea what's going on with it at the moment. My favourite map? That's kind of difficult. I will go with something safe and say the map of Middle-earth.
As in the Tolkien Middle-earth? Okay.
The place that's actually called Middle-earth.
As in the Nordic mythology name for our Earth?
No, sadly not. Yes, Tolkien.
Okay. And finally, Susie.
Hi, I'm Susie. I play Goblin Minion 13, commonly known as 13. And I don't have a favourite map, but I have many fond memories of being in my university library at Glasgow and going through the map drawers, looking at maps for various archaeological studies, things that we had to do. And it was a weirdly peaceful place. Like, everyone was quiet in the map room because maps were difficult to look at because they're busy things. So, yeah.
Fair enough. So what happened last week?
Well, we started off in Grim, and we came in, we got called in to see the king, who was talking to the stone giant, who wanted to know how they got rid of their demon problem. Oh, it was these adventurers, I want to borrow them. Except that none of us can understand what he says, so we have Gazrin along again as a translator. So we are travelling to the great libraries of Gravenhall on a cart, and we went past Blingastone, which seems happier now they don't have any slimes. However, Glabagul is still showing up. Guards are going missing. Eric is chatting to Stool and wants a thank you passed on to Rasthikos, and then asked if his hammer was enchanted. We hurriedly moved on, and we then went past Netherlight Grotto, and something was really wrong. So the giant shroom that had been giving light before was now changing colour really frequently. The myconids that we could see were hurriedly rushing around to the point of exhaustion and making themselves ill. Stool was really, really perturbed and wanted to look at it. We found that Philo was still there and consulting a giant book, and he's very hospitable still, but was very distracted and kept trying to send us away until we said that the grower had invited us to the wedding. However, at the wedding, there is a giant green translucent jelly-like substance which gobbles up Philo and then spits out a green gem. And we have to go to Gracklstugh, which will be the closest place to find somewhere sacred on which to smash the gem, because it's a demon gem. And apparently the giant green jelly creature was Eric. And that's why he'd been wanting to know about Rasthikos' hammer. Still have no idea what Eric's motivation is, though.
And Rasthikos has a concussion.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I'm so sorry.
I did forget about the shovel to the back of the head for a few seconds there.
It is now in my notes.
So, the myconids when you left were all sort of staring off into the distance, but you decided eventually to leave Netherlight Grotto and head towards Gracklstugh, because that's the nearest forge. As you sort of wind this path down towards Gracklstugh, you realise that all the mud that you remember being thick and heavy and slowing you down on the way up here, it all seems to have solidified and it's it's dried out. And as you get closer to Gracklstugh itself, you realise that most of what looks like the main part of the town seems to be blackened. It's all the buildings are made of stone, but all you can see is these buildings look like they've been charred and blackened all the way around.
No recollection or idea of why that would be.
That is unexpected.
As you're journeying closer, can everyone do me... Let's go for an awareness check, please. Okay, no one rolled below 10. Okay, all of you are aware that there's this whispering voice coming from the barrel of salt you've got with you.
13's going to open it. As soon as she hears a voice, 13's going to open it.
I grab 13. No.
I'm going to open it! She clings on.
It's
Doesn't
the
like getting
demon.
picked up.
You all
Can
hear
we hear what
this,
it's saying?
the same sort of whispering voice saying, individually to all of you at this point, it's not a one you think anyone else can hear. It sounds like, just take the power. You can rule this land on your own. You don't need friends. Just take the wealth for yourself. Just take the gem and touch it to your temple. I'll grant you knowledge and power. You deserve to be so powerful. Just touch your brain to the gem. It's
But I
all
don't
it
want
takes
power.
To rule the land.
I'm gonna
I
sit
don't want to
on the
rule
barrel.
this land at all. I want to go outside. Well, up on top.
Yeah, Val doesn't want to rule. That's too much trouble.
Wow. Does anybody else hear that voice?
I do. See, if he was offering to get us out of here, maybe I'd fall for it.
Yeah, don't trust.
I don't
this
want to rule the
voice.
dark place.
It doesn't know the first thing about temptation. Who wants to rule this shithole?
Exactly.
It would work very well on Drow.
But don't
And
listen to it.
I make sure that I am as far away as possible from the barrel.
I'm sitting on the barrel so that no one else accidentally opens it.
Okay.
I'm watching Rasthikos just in case I have to hit him again.
So, you get close to the city of Gracklstugh. It looks deserted. Are you taking the cart in, or are you going on foot?
I would go on foot.
On foot, I think.
30's going to make Ishidoro give her a piggyback.
Yeah, I'm
it's his
totally
turn.
fine with, yeah.
It just grumbles, but like agrees as long as she's not opening any barrels.
So are you just going to leave the barrel
least not
here? when you
carrying
go,
a barrel.
or-
We need
Can
to
I,
take
like-
the barrel with us. That's the problem.
I will carry it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm quite strong and I really am way too nice to respond to that sort of temptation.
Okay.
I'll whisper to the others. Do you think the dragon, still around?
I don't think it could have escaped the Underdark.
I doubt the dragon got out alive.
You think they got him?
Probably dead.
You could always shout out his name, see if he reply.
Before we do that, would I have to roll anything to figure out that the mud is dry because of fire?
Do nature if you've got it.
No.
Nope. You just look down and you're like, I'm sure it was harder to get out of here before. But you can't really remember why. You notice at this point that there seems to be, like in the slum area, which is just down closer to the river, you notice that there are still like torches and lights all the way along there. And the main part of the city seems dark, like abandoned.
Slums is where the Darrow
Is this the way we left the city?
You left through the slums.
So, like, we left through the slums, so we're not going back in through the slums there.
At the moment you're standing at the sort of side entrance to the city, which usually would have guards on from what you remember, but there are no guards at the moment.
Can 13 remember where the cream factory was?
It was
Oh my
somewhere in the
gosh.
slums.
But, like, from her perspective, they've left this city and they've come back to it. So, like,
You remember
from
that
her
it,
perspective,
you remember that it
she
was on
kinda
the edge
get-
of the river, so you could probably like go find it if you wanted.
She's going to tap Ishidoro on the shoulder and be like, hey, psst,
Yeah. What is it?
we can go back to the dragon lab, where the cream was. There's stuff there for making stuff. We could go there and see if anyone's there.
Yeah, but it seems like someone is there. I mean, I can see some light. Maybe we should run this by everyone else before we go there.
You tell
Can we
them.
deal with
They
the
think
gem
you're smart.
first?
Sorry, Trees, what was that?
Can we deal with this gem first?
Yes, I would say destroying the gem is priority. Then we can go and whip something up in the cream factory. And when I say
gosh,
whip,
God.
I make a face.
Okay, I pick up the barrel with this
Are you-
salt and the gem
Has
in
the
it.
barrel got a lid on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How big is the barrel?
I'd say like
I
small
don't know.
suitcase.
Small.
You
It's
gave it
like-
to
I
us.
have no idea. You gave it to us. Yeah, how big is
Well,
the barrel?
all you told me is you want a barrel full of salt. You didn't tell me how big a barrel you wanted.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking now, how big is the barrel full of salt?
I think small suitcase is what's ringing a bell.
So maybe about a 10 litre thing?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, so you have 10 litres of salt and a gemstone within it. So, are you going to journey into the main city? Are you going to take your time, be careful? Are you just going to stride in? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go up a bit ahead with 13 still on me and telling her to keep an eye and trying to be stealthy. Mostly relying on 13 to detect things while I'm focusing on being quiet.
13's going to take this, like, super seriously and, like, put on her, like, spy eyes and be like,
Like
she's a
to
good one.
like make her hands into binoculars.
No, she's just like, when like kids are like getting ready to do hide and
Yeah,
seek
yeah.
and they like narrow their eyes and they're like, right, I'm ready. And she's like grabbing on, I was going to say hair, but you want to have hair. So like, I don't know, does he have like horns on his head?
He has like two horns that he could
she's-
grab on.
Yeah, she's definitely holding onto them then. And she like, if she sees something, she'll be like, look over there, and like pull his head around.
Snap my neck in half.
She's very weak, it's fine.
He is super weak. Do I roll stealth then?
As you sort of walk into the town with 13 on your shoulders, you notice a couple of group of what looks like Darrow. They look like they're ransacking one of the charred buildings, and as they notice you, they seem to sort of like slink back into the shadows.
Giving
Looters!
them a yeah. Giving them a wide berth. Let's try and make for the forge. Do we know where the forge is? Do we have an idea?
You speak to Gazrim. Gazrim tells you that if he remembers right, it's on the like other side of the town.
Like fancy part of town.
Yep.
I'm gonna stay away from the Darrow, kind of be looking in their direction where they were, just like kind of keeping track of them, but not engaging with them in any way.
Okay. Is everyone just following you, or
Yeah.
13 has gestured for Nal to follow. Psst, Nal!
Yeah, Nell is lurking behind them, looming.
Yeah, Rasthikos will take the rear.
May I ask a question? Is that whispering still happening or not?
Whispering? Oh, the
gem.
gem. The
Whispering
gem, yeah.
from
The gem is constant.
Yeah, it's constant.
Yeah, it's constant to all of you. It seems to like focus one of you at a time, and then when you don't respond, it just jumps to the next one. You notice as you look around that
Okay.
it's obviously talking to one person because that person's ears are like pricked up as if they're like, I could hear someone talking to me. And then it'll cut to someone else,
Okay.
and then that person will like shake their head to kind of get the cobwebs away.
How stealthy is everybody being? They're being like super stealthy, right?
Relatively, yes.
Trying to.
Okay. Trying
I mean,
to
the
be
Darrow
stealthy.
did see us, but like they're not attacking us or engaging with us.
Okay. So I'm going to hum to myself because I don't like this whispering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can 13 hear the humming?
Yeah.
13's going to join in humming. Like,
I
it'll just be like a note behind Layla because she's copying. Like copying.
Like feeling banjos.
Dueling banjos or like the army thing. Na 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 na.
Yeah.
No, it's the Mission Impossible. It's the Mission Impossible track.
Yes.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So, as you're picking your way through the city, it looks like all the streets seem to be like charred, completely charred, blackened, and there's a couple of like charred skeletons, there's a couple of like charred carts and bits of wood. It looks very much like the entire street's been like incinerated by dragonfire.
Wow.
Any sign of the dragon?
Nothing you can see at the moment.
How does Gazron react?
He's sort of oblivious in his own sort of way, sort of humming to himself, enjoying the tune.
Is it possible to tell sort of which direction the fire came from? Like, had the dragon
It
landed
looks like
somewhere
it's
and
marks
then
from the
breathed
middle
out?
of town outwards.
Are we heading towards the center or
Yep.
or not?
If I look back at Gazram, can I notice if he's also hearing this humming? Can I? I'm just gonna outright ask him. It's like, Gazram, do you hear something?
What's that?
Good. No, just checking. It's fine.
Oh, there's some voice that keeps distracting me. I can't hear you. I have to talk a bit louder.
Can you hear everyone humming? Can you keep in tune? We're trying to be in tune.
Oh, I know a good one. Let me start it. Right. Ha-ha. So,
And he just starts singing really loudly.
13 joins in.
Oh wow!
does that
okay,
kind of
Layla
singing, like,
also
we-
sings.
Yeah, it's like that kind of singing where you don't know the words, but
At
you're
this point, like all pretense
doesn't
of
affect
stealth
your
is gone.
volume.
Yep. Can everyone do me an awareness check, please?
I would like to add that Reese's reaction to this is to try and just stuff her cloak into her ears. And try to not listen to anything.
I am deafened by this cacophony.
Rasthikos is his like fingers jammed in his ears and just keeps swearing at Gazram. Everyone else is sort of like tolerating it fairly. Treese notices that there are at least 5 or 6 sets of eyes looking down at you from the buildings all around.
How far above us are they?
About a flight up. Like they're from the upstairs of the sort of charred buildings.
I make a gesture to those of the party who are able to notice it and dart into one of the buildings.
Okay. So are you darting into one of the buildings?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll use the gesture. She's gonna go from like around the other way in if she can like climb up from the other side.
Okay. So as you sort of split up, Gazram is still singing very loudly. You sort of split up and you spread out a bit more, and as you all split up, you sort of turn around to see this massive spear in your face. And as you look around, there must be an army of about 60-70 Darrow just surrounded you, all holding up spears. One of them in particular has what looks like some sort of spiked club, and he looks like he's the one in charge.
Hello. Well met.
Evening.
13 waves.
What you doing in Themberville?
We're just on
Singing.
a pilgrimage. Well, yes, but also pilgrimage to go see the big forge.
Pilgrimage, you say? Well,
Yeah.
there's a toll on that.
How much is the toll?
Oh, 1 barrel of goods.
How
looks
about we
like
sing
it'll
you
do.
a song instead?
1 barrel of goods, did you say?
Ah, just like that one there. That'll do nicely.
I hold out
I'm
the
going
bag
to
of
put the
paprika and I
Barrel
say,
behind my back.
I hold out the bag of paprika, which is like jingling with the remaining bottles of, the cream, and I go, how about this instead?
He gestures and one of them comes over and looks at it and goes, "What's this?" And he pulls out one of the vials and sniffs it and goes, "What's this?"
I don't know, some kind of medicine we picked up. I haven't tested it properly yet, so I wouldn't recommend using it. Do you guys have a lab somewhere? Maybe I could run a few tests on it, see what it's up to.
He looks at the leader, and the leader sort of just shrugs, and the servant sort of grabs the bag and runs off, and he goes, "Well, that's bought you an audience with the Lord. Come on then."
That's the Lord?
And they turn around and begin escorting you all as a group towards the middle of town.
Wait, everyone?
all of
Because
us?
Nal and
Yep.
Triss.
Now and Triss is basically this massive group of Darrow. It's literally you're surrounded by about 60, 70 Darrow.
Are Nal and Triss not in our group now? Like,
They are in your group.
Tailing us.
They basically got
so they've
escorted
got-
out of the buildings they darted into.
Okay. Well, might as well go see this Lord.
At this point, Gazrim excitedly scribbling down, and he turns to Triss as she gets pushed back into the way and says, "It's really exciting, isn't it?"
Yes, of course.
For a certain definition of exciting.
And I look around and go, did they say Thimberville?
I didn't hear that. I heard something about the Lord.
Lord Thimbershot,
Well-
he's our dragon friend.
Yes.
Ah.
Because they said, what is your business in Thimberville?
Oh. Well, then that
I
should be
think
okay.
he survived.
Well, that
This
should
will
be okay.
interesting.
Yeah, we're friends, kind of.
As you get brought to the middle of the sort of town centre, you see in front of you that it looks like everything, even remotely shiny, has been gathered together into one massive pile, and atop this pile sits a very bloated red dragon. He's snoring quite happily. And as the one in charge gets to the top, he sort of like slams his staff on the ground a few times and goes, "Lord, we bring you prisoners!" At this point, the dragon sits up and goes, "Ugh. Damn it, butler, I'm sleeping." Any of you going to react to this?
Hello,
point?
Lord Thimbershot!
The dragon
I
just
do.
looks at you and just blinks as the man in charge goes, "We brought you prisoners. We found them skulking, trying to take your land. Can we kill them?" The dragon
He's
is
lying! We were singing! We were looking for you!
Yeah.
I'm
Long
gonna
time
start
no
singing.
see.
The dragon looks you over and goes, "Oh, they're my servants, butler. It's good to have servants again."
Yes, we heard of your glorious escape, O Master, and wanted to come and serve thee and clean your big old teeth. 13 sure would like to
I'm
clean
in
your teeth.
bad need of scritching.
Okay.
We have one boon to ask of you, O great lord. Because you know the forge.
Oh,
You know-
that thing.
We need to smash a thing on it.
At this point, the guy in charge goes, "You can't be serious. They're prisoners." And the
We're not
dragon-
prisoners, we're servants.
The dragon just
Quiet you.
looks at him and goes, "Oh, butler, but they're my servants. Surely I can have servants." At which point, the man in charge goes, "I don't think the mayor would like this." And the dragon seems to sort of wistfully look over his shoulder and in the most pitiful voice you've ever heard goes, "Mayor, they want to take my servants away." And a man in a very ill-fitting robe, as in obviously 4 or 5 times bigger than him, strolls out. His pupils are the size of pinpoints. He's pretty fucking high on something, and he goes, "Yes, Lord Thimbershot. What is it? What do you want?" "They want to take my servants, Mayor. Surely I'm allowed my servants." "Well, if the master needs servants, he can have his servants. That's fine. Just keep them here, where we can watch them." And the dragon sort of turns and sort of smirks in a weird way at the guy in charge and goes, "See, butler, I get my servants."
13
I sneer.
immediately dashes over to go and sort of bow and just be subservient towards the dragon.
Okay.
Like she's happy to be there.
What are the rest of you doing?
I just look at the dragon and I kind of go, if it wouldn't be much of a problem, Your Grace, could we use the forge and then we'll be at your service, at your beck and call?
At this point, the
13.
one he called the mayor goes, No, the forge is out of limits. No
Why?
outsider
Why?
gets near the forge is out of limits.
Why is that?
It reminds our lord of his old times when he was just a servant, rather than governing our great land. Isn't that right, Lord? Oh, yes, It's painful to me, totally painful to me.
If it's so painful to you, O Lord, we will take care of it. We will make sure that it doesn't exist anymore and no longer stays in front of your eyes. A memory of the past that never comes back.
You notice the dragon beginning to waver, and the man who's the mayor goes, No, first of all, dragons need their food. Bring the chef! And a sort of derro in an ill-fitting chef's hat wheels this massive cart towards the dragon. Oh, goody, it's dinner time. The chef begins throwing what's obviously like limbs of dwarf at the dragon.
How bloated is the dragon?
Pretty damn.
As much as
So
last time we saw it.
He's like overweight.
He was
Is what
overweight
he's saying.
before, but he's gained even more weight, it looks like.
So now he's like morbidly obese.
Yeah.
Dear.
At this point, the mayor goes, Yes, dragons must eat their food. Dragons must eat their food. They can't govern Thimberville if they don't eat their food. And the dragon turns to all of you and goes, It's named after me, you know. Thimberville.
Has a 13 managed to get up sort of near his face yet?
Buck just managed to get close to him. You do notice there's a couple of guards who are very wary letting you near the dragon, but the dragon is sort of looking at them as in like, no, this is my servant.
I'm just going to have a quick look at her inventory. She's going to pull out a bit of cloth and just like start polishing his scales and like start working up towards his head.
He
sort of get near
begins rolling onto his back really contentedly, so he's being fed dwarf at one end and being rubbed down in his tummy.
Okay.
Can I make a big show of going up to the chef's cart? And then, like, when he's kind of lazily looking over, can I, like, tear a bit of skin off and eat in front of him and then make a bad face? Just like,
if you want.
Yeah, I want to do that and then basically just kind of follow it up with, like, I can't believe they're feeding you stuff like this, my lord. Not even cooked properly.
Roll to see what happens when you eat the food.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
That's
What are you
because
talking
keep putting
about?
everything in your mouth.
Hey, that's like my running gag.
Okay. When you take the meat into your mouth, you notice it tastes very strange. You begin to feel your pupils dilating and everything around you seems to slow down.
I have superpowers now.
Can I just ask a question? Looking at the mayor, is there something I can roll to sort of tell what it is that he's tripping on or whatever it is that's causing him? Well,
you sort of look at him quite confused, and then you notice him take out a small pouch of what looks like mushrooms and throw one into his mouth, and then he sort of cackles quite contentedly.
Oh
You said
my God.
that the mayor was a man in an oversized coat.
It's basically like a
mayor
derro.
dwarf.
It's basically a derro.
A derro. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Not the derro.
No, derro is in type.
Yeah, it's
not
not
like the one you met before, no.
specific we've met.
No.
All right. In either case, Layla still has the barrel, right?
Yep.
Yes, I'm holding it very tightly.
Rasthikos will take the shoulder of Layla and Gasroon and pull them aside. Do we know where the forge is?
We do, don't
Gasroon, do
we?
you have any idea?
Well, if I remember right, it's over there somewhere near the corner of the sort of wall.
So would anything stop you and I to move to the forge with the barrel? You sanctify it, I smash the demon gem, we move on back, leave this crazy dragon town for good.
Alright, well, we
I
can
like
probably
that
do
idea.
that. At this point, the dragon is lying on his back going, Yes. And the mayor is looking at you confused as to what's going on with your sort of small huddle. Then the dragon sort of seems to snap to his senses and he turns to face the mayor and he goes, Mayor, there's a voice in my head. Is it you?
I'm going to start singing very loudly. Very loudly.
How high am I?
Layla is going to sing. Yeah, she's gonna sing.
Okay.
Well,
Therese walks over to the mayor.
Okay.
See that? That voice? That's why we need the forage, to get rid of it. Do you want there to be chaos?
The mayor grins at you and goes, Chaos? Chaos? Yes, chaos. Order must be destroyed.
Layla, hand me the barrel.
See. Well, this gem wishes to impose
Okay. Are you gonna run?
organization.
The dragon is still got a confused look on his face and he looks back at the mayor and goes, Mayor, it offers me crunchies and scritches and power.
Rasthikos, let's
Where
run.
is the voice? I cannot see it.
Gathrum, let's go. And I
Let's
assume
go. We're gonna make a run for it, yeah?
13
Now
was
is
going
gonna
to try
grab 13.
13 was going to try distracting the dragon by being like,
Oh.
what voice?
I pick up a leg of dwarf and I wave it at the dragon. I was like, would you like some more?
Oh yes, feed me.
And I kind of gingerly step over and put it in his mouth. And then I'm like, come on, chef, give me more.
He contentedly crunches it like a very good dog.
Yeah. I continue to
God.
feed him until the cart is there as a distraction mostly. You crunch so well, my lord.
Yes.
While they're all doing this, is there anything flammable nearby?
I like fire.
Dragon in general.
the dragon's
something that
flammable.
would,
Dragon
go
has
off.
its own flame, so.
I think Rasthikos and Layla and Gazron should make
We're
a run
running.
for the forge.
We
are already
ran for the
running.
forge.
You're gone?
Yeah, we just bailed, yeah.
At this point, the mayor sort of goes, where are they going? Where are they going? We can't go there.
Mayor, why do you have some gold on you?
Gold?
My lord, is he allowed to have gold? And then I kind of kick some gold over.
My gold.
It looks like there's some gold on him. And I
He looks
wink
to the
at
mayor
13.
again and goes, you wouldn't keep gold from me, would you, mayor? The mayor is jumping up and down going, Butler, go after them, Butler, after! And
He
the
seems to
one
be
in charge
suspicious,
sort
my
of
lord.
makes a sort of sigh and heads off with 2 guards to follow Rasthikos.
Butler's running off with your gold, master. You should eat him.
Oh,
looks
I
tasty.
can't eat Butler, he tastes like servant.
That's true. But can you check him for gold? Can you have the mayor check him for gold? Because I'm pretty sure Butler may have got some stuck on him. We don't want to take anything away from your hoard.
Let's see, what does he do when you ask him to do this?
In any case, I think this is the first time being a human is advantageous because I've got long legs. Dwarves do not.
Yeah, I'm also really tall.
The dragon sort of looks at the mayor with a very pathetic look on its face and goes, Mayor, Dem wants me to touch it. Touch it to me, Mayor. I'm comfortable.
I look at the mayor and I'm like, what?
Mayor is jumping up and down, pointing at where the rest of you ran off to.
Would I be close enough to be able to grab a piece of gold and plant it on the mayor?
You can try if you want, roll.
Nope.
You sort of
Can
put your
I-
hand in to try and find the gold, all you find is badly painted lead.
Can I,
Oh, of course. I still want
Can
to
I-
take it though. I don't care if it's actual gold.
would I be able to replicate somewhat of that light spell that I understood very well before?
What do you want to do with it?
Namely, could I, make something under the mayor's robe glow shiny?
You could try, roll.
Okay. No.
You make something the size of like a pinky tip glow. The dragon
Look.
immediately is drawn to it and he goes, what is that shiny thing, Mayor?
It's the gem.
Looks like
Oh,
it.
you have the gem. Touch me with it, Mayor. I will take its
You
power.
should eat him.
The mayor just turns to the dragon and goes, touch you with what?
He doesn't want to share it.
I think so. He wants to keep it for himself. We were your original servants, my lord. These people, they seem like opportunists.
At this point, we will cut to Gazrim, Rasthikos, and Layla. Are you just running for the forge? You gonna try and lose the guard, or are you going to just run there and do
So,
some?
when we get there, Layla, you put the barrel on the anvil, and Gathrum, you start the sanctification as soon as possible, and I'll hold off any pursuers.
Okay. So let's see what happens. You get there. Gazrim starts dancing and making weird noises and says, I'll do it as fast as he can. So at this point, we'll just quickly cut back to the dragon itself, who is lying on his back now with his one paw up, just gently pawing at the mayor, going, what do you have there? You must share it with me. And
He must give it to you.
The mayor is going,
would like
I don't
to-
have anything! Nothing at all!
13's just going to start edging away from the dragon and towards now.
Okay.
I want to intimidate him.
Okay. How do you want to intimidate him?
I will start advancing and ask him, so what is under your robe? Why do you have shiny?
Okay. Roll. Yep. You ask him why shiny, he starts panicking and looking around, going, Guards! Guards! Stop this one! And
Can I make it glow brighter? Like, can I try again?
you can try again, yes? At this point, the dragon, who's sort of looking at the mayor upside down, goes, Mayor, what are you keeping from me?
I'm making a lot of different points glow now.
Okay. The mayor looks at the dragon and go, It's time for dragons to go to sleep! Go to sleep! Go to sleep! You don't see this! Go to sleep!
I think he's tricking you, my lord.
The dragon is going, Well, I am tired.
You don't want the shiny? The gem?
Oh, he has the gem. Well, that changes everything.
Does. And he has lots of them, it looks like.
Give me the gem, Mayor, and I will go to sleep and dream of my newest power. Mayor is just bouncing up and down, going, I don't fucking have your gem!
Ooh, rude. How rude of you.
So, at this point, we'll cut to Layla and Rasthikos and Gazrim. So, what are you doing?
We're at the forge, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to place the barrel on the forge.
Okay.
I'll turn around and ready my hammer.
Okay. Let's see if Gazrim has finished blessing the forge. Not yet. He's still prancing around, and the forge is beginning to glow, at least.
Okay, well, that's a
See,
good sign.
Do the guards do anything? No. No, they don't. So, now back to the dragon and the mayor. So, what are the rest of you doing while this dragon is confused by the mayor?
I'm just whispering into the dragon's ear, just going like, that's really rude. He swore at you. None of your servants should.
True. Why
Like, it seems
do you
like he
use
almost
such harsh
doesn't listen.
language, mayor? And he just pokes the mayor in the stomach with his sort of like very tubby paw. And the mayor is just jumping up and down, getting angrier and angrier, going, Why are you turning him against me? I've been nothing but good to him.
I doubt it.
Do you know how
You
many
feed him
mushrooms
old
it takes
things.
to keep a dragon docile?
You're feeding him mushrooms? Is this true, my lord? Are they feeding you mushrooms?
Your dragon turns to look at you and you can tell its pupils are slightly fucked. And he's just like, I don't like mushrooms.
The mayor seems to be
He
feeding
just
you
looks
mushrooms.
spaced.
Yeah. And at this point, I like kind of walk towards the mayor and I'm like, look, we can help each other. You want to keep our lord happy? We can work something out if you calm down.
He sort of just raises an eyebrow at you and looks quite skittish and just goes, What do you have in mind?
Well, first of all, let's all just calm down and let the dragon go to sleep. And then let's talk about what's going to happen between you and us. Yes? Call off your guards. They'll not have any problems. How about that?
Okay, well, while he considers his options, we'll see if Gazrim has managed to finish blessing the forge.
Come on,
Natural
Gazrim.
20, yes, the forge is fully blessed. So what are you doing with the gem, or the barrel at the moment?
Quick, Layla, dump the barrel and don't touch the gem.
Okay, I do exactly that.
Okay, so the
I'm
forge
going
has
to
currently
just
got this.
pour the salt out onto this so that the gem is visible. Just pour it out onto the forge.
Okay, at this point you hear a voice in your head screaming that it could give you power. Don't you want power? Power is the best thing you could ever have. Don't you want power?
I say no thank you very politely. And then signal Rasthikos to hurry up and smash the thing.
If the guards haven't started threatening us yet, and if Layla isn't smashing the gem with her shovel, I'll turn around and smash it with my hammer.
Okay, roll.
Yeah, I was
smash it with
waiting
your
for you
hammer.
to use the hammer.
So that's plus strength, I'm guessing.
Yep.
Oh, bloody hell.
You crack it, but because of the amount of salt on the altar, it seems to have a slightly more padded smack, so it doesn't break on the first swing.
Okay.
At this point, Rasthikos, you hear again the sort of screaming in your head of this. It's like almost pleading that, you could have anything you wanted.
Okay.
It will
Okay,
grant
gosh,
you
let
anything
me
you
do it.
want.
Yeah, I'll just say, if you had the power you promise, then you would not need our aid. And I'm guessing Layla then smashes it with her shovel?
Yes, I'm gonna use the shovel. It seems to work.
A shovel.
Or not.
Smack it with the shovel. Again, it clears a lot of salt out of the way, but doesn't smash. This voice just gets louder
turn
and more
again?
desperate, screaming, and Gazrim is now on his knees, screaming as well.
I'm guessing it's my turn again if the guards aren't.
Oh my god. Is my
Showing up.
shovel okay? Oh, is it alright?
Your shovel's fine.
I like how the concern is my shovel.
I mean, it's made of marble.
Yeah.
Should be fine.
It's an
Yeah.
expensive shovel.
Exactly.
If there's nothing to stop me, I'll just smash it again.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck it, considering how bad the rolls are being. Yes, you smashed the gem. The gem shatters into
Seriously?
a million pieces, covering all the salt that's there as well. And immediately this really screaming voice quietens, and you immediately feel significantly better.
I'll help Gasrune to his feet.
At this point, we cut to the dragon, who seems to sort of shake his head as if he's like shaking cobwebs away, and then goes, "Mayor, why am I lying on shinies?" And the mayor goes, "You like shiny things, Lord Thembashard."
You do. Honest. You like shiny.
13 would like to take Nal's hand and slowly start. Like, how many other guards and stuff is there in the room? Can we just like subtly start leaving?
There were guards all around, but the guards sort of seemed to disperse when the sort of second in command left, which was once you started talking to the mayor. You just gave up and went,
Okay.
well, if we can't kill them, I'm just going to leave.
Okay, well, Nal and 13 are just gonna. If that's okay. 13's gonna grab Nal's hand.
I'm gonna look at the mayor and just
Well-
kind of raise an eyebrow and just go, okay, are we done?
So all this has been happening. Snell has been keeping quiet. Instead, she's been studying the surrounding, and there has to be any good escape paths. Because she also has a hook and a climbing rope. So she spotted any good ways out of here.
It's quite open plan, so not really. The only two ways out seem to be the way that everyone ran to get to the forge or the way you came. But the mayor begins to start singing a very out-of-tune lullaby to the dragon, going, "Dragons go to bed, they sleep, especially little dragons." And the dragon goes, "Song. I sleep well with song." And he's still lying on his back and begins to close his eyes.
I suggest we go back to the cart.
I'm gonna stay around here until Rasthikos and Layla, I can see them again, then start heading back.
Fair.
I'm gonna keep the mayor in my eyes just to like kind of see if he does do anything creepy or weird.
At this point, you see 2 or 3 of the Darrow bring the cart up to where you are, as in there seem to be one to take it down to the slums to, let's say, liberate what's left on it.
Ah, that was very kind of you to help us so. And I drive them off of the cart.
Okay.
Shoo.
I still have the slaver's whip.
So you crack her up a few times, and the Darrow all sort of panically leave, abandoning it. So what are you going to do now? I imagine at this point Rasthikos, Layla and Gazrim reappear, being sort of escorted by guards back towards the middle of the town.
Can I roll demonology to see if there's anything demonic about the mayor?
Sure.
I'm too high.
Yeah, you're still feeling the effects of the mushrooms from yourself.
I need to stop eating things.
Is Gasrune okay?
Gazrim he's sort of clutching his ears and shaking his ears, going, "That was an experience."
It was an interesting change, anyway.
Demon Gem's gone, so that's a second one for our team.
What happened to the dragon?
He went to sleep.
They are keeping him slightly drugged, but
That's not a good thing.
it is not. However, he had his freedom and then he immediately gave it up to a different group.
Right.
Unless we could get him to the surface and among dragons, there is no hope for him.
I think he's
No.
made his bed.
I don't know a lot about dragons, but I was of the... I thought there were solitary predators.
He is young.
Are we moving out on the cart while we're talking about this? Is no one following us?
The cart's still in the town square. The mayor is still sort of not blocking you from leaving, but is still sort of standing behind the guards, as in keeping you in the town square for now. He gets a couple of people to bring forth buckets and mops and stuff and says, "Well, clean the dragon now. You said you clean the dragon, clean the dragon."
We never said that.
Well, unless anyone here wants to be a dragon slayer, I suggest we just leave Thimbleville
Yeah.
to its fate.
Be happy with your dragon, friends. And I turn around and walk to the car.
He won't be happy. He'll wake up and ask where his servants are.
And
Well,
you'll
that
have
is
to do
your
all the
problem.
explaining.
Tell him it was a dream.
Yeah, makes
A
sense.
dream?
It is by your orders that he knew we were here at all. It is your problem to deal with his anger.
I won't be angry.
last
You'll be
time you-
disappointed. You'll cry at me.
I'm sure you can deal with that.
You tried to console the
Hasn't-
crying dragon?
You've done that before, I'm sure.
Well,
Maybe if you were nicer to him, he wouldn't cry.
and maybe if you stop feeding him drugs, he'd be nicer.
If we stop feeding him drugs, he'll kill us.
No, he won't.
We've still got a whole farm full of dwarves for him to eat first.
You could kill him before he killed anyone else, though.
Nah, the dwarves have to die.
All right, well, nice
Just
talking to you.
execute them.
Nice
Oh.
talking to you. Bye. Bye.
Now, I'd like to check if he's any kind of demon thing, based on that and his previous chaos comments. I did better than Ishidoro.
So,
He's not got any demonic about him, he's just got a bad drug problem.
Right. I'll shoulder check him as we walk past.
How
Or would that be hip checking? Considering the height difference?
You wanting to hit him?
Just purposefully bump into him on the way. Usually shoulder checking, but
Alright,
with the height difference, it's mostly
roll and
with
see
a
how you
hit.
get on doing it.
Is that strength?
Yeah, that'd be strength.
oh god, he's gonna get
Yeah,
floored.
you body
It's the
check
best
him
strength
as you
roll
walk
yet.
past. He drops his bag of mushrooms.
What happens then?
He just drops his bag of mushrooms and just goes, "You bastards! When he wakes up, I'll tell him. I'll tell him you left."
Yeah, that's gonna be your problem. And I keep waving at
And
him
you-
as I'm like walking towards the car.
You tell him that we left, and then you tell him that you let us leave.
Yeah.
He just sort of jumps up and down and starts yelling that you'll never be welcome in Fembershard again.
That is fine.
Well, we had no intention
Enjoy.
of coming back.
Bye.
Have
Pushing the
living
cart.
under a dragon's thumb.
You get the cart to the edge of the city on the other side. There is a road going down, it looks towards the lake, and there's a section going up toward what looks like the giant mushroom. Which one do you want to take?
I'm going to ask Stool. Stool, can you sense anything that tells us which road we should take?
Stoll tells you that he recognises Cydia is to the road that goes up to the giant mushroom.
Okay.
The other leader.
Giant mushroom might have some demonic stuff left in it, considering potential marriage and all.
But we are supposed to be going to the stone giants.
Yes.
Yeah. Which way?
We don't have to go to the stone giant. It's not like there's
you
anyone here
want
to
more
make
demons?
us go. Well, see, like going to the stone giants means there's gonna be more demons. Whereas if we go somewhere else, there might not be any demons.
Both of our options right now take us to demons.
But
Is
if we
this the
go
lake
to the
where-
stone giant, there might be a way that we can figure out how to get up onto the surface.
Yes. I look
Where
at
there
Gazram.
hopefully aren't any demons.
Yes, and they might be able to help explain who Eric is.
I look at the path leading down to the lake and I look at everybody. Wasn't that where we came from originally? With the big monster that, ate the village? It's Sloop-de-Doop, I remember.
Yeah, Sloop-de-Doop, that was the village of
Yeah,
the
and
south.
the ex-village.
Yeah.
Is that the way to the ex-village where we were originally chained up? If that's yes, then I suggest we go towards the mushroom.
The mushroom might be safer.
Yeah, and then there's...
Considering that the Quartoa village was where we saw perhaps the most demonic destruction that we've yet to witness.
Yeah, I
That
don't
is
feel
true.
like fighting the huge thing.
I'm confident in our ability to smash gems on sanctified anvils. We're 2 for 2 on that part. But
Pretty good at
huge
it.
demonic monsters rising from the depth of a lake.
Did you guys manage to do it in one go like last time? Like smash?
No,
I'm going to
the salt
blush
didn't help.
and turn away.
It's entirely your fault for having the salt idea. Not on us at all.
Hey, okay, I'll take ownership of the salt thing. No more salt.
Because
Which is stupid because the salt is really useful against demons.
Look,
Did you not
I'm
think
just-
to
Stop
bring
the
any of it
whispers.
back with you?
No,
I'm ju-
nobody told you to bring any back.
the salt didn't stop the whispers.
I just get up in front and sit with Gazram and I say, I hate it when they start fighting. Just so ignore that.
Oh, I just keep out of it, don't you involve me in it.
But you're part of us now, Gazram, and I throw my arm around him and I'm like, you're one of us.
Those mushrooms really did have an effect on you, didn't they?
I have to stop eating things, Gazram. It's a problem.
silence returns. The waters lay still, for this week at least. Join us again next week for more of our tale. This podcast is an adaptation of Out of the Abyss, a 5th edition D&D adventure. It was adapted from the original story by Nikoli Popsky. The podcast features Nikoli, Dragon, Shiraz, Freya, Susie Q, Tauno, and Wednesday LeFay. All music was written and performed by Daniel Boström. Artwork was by John Moore. And if you, dear listener, wish to acquire your own sets of finest metal or acrylic adventuring dice, then journey through the Underdark to dndice.co.uk and speak the name Penance RPG at the checkout for a 5% discount off your order. Farewell and Godspeed, for we fear the madness is closing in. Good night out there, whatever you are. Ha 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 ha.